All right, again, Blake Griffin in Detroit. What else is next as we approach the trade deadline? Are you counting the hours, Adrian Wojnarowski? We're 40, maybe 54 hours or so. You and Ramona Shelburne have a story out this morning talking about the Lakers, their future free agency plans, draft plans. You tell us, what is the future as of now?
Well, the Lakers are recalibrating their free agent strategy. They had planned to try to create 2 max salary slots for this summer with LeBron James, Paul George, DeMarcus Cousins. But the Achilles injury to Cousins, the fact that Paul George has now publicly indicated that Oklahoma City is the team to beat, and the concern that LeBron James ultimately would not go to L.A. alone, would need another star to join him, has made the Lakers now focus on the class of 2019. Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, all potential. They're not giving up on this summer class of 2018, but they're also getting more realistic. And it also allows them to not have to try to dump so much salary at the trade deadline and the draft to create the salary cap space to get 2 max players this summer.
So don't be surprised if there's no movement from the Lakers leading up to Thursday.
Exactly. And another thing they may do is use this summer to take bad contracts on from other teams who would give them a draft pick to use their salary cap space.
Okay. We're now, again, 2 days away, and all eyes on the prize for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's what everybody's waiting for. What are they going to do? Maybe, if anything, at this point, their record, they're 30-21. They've got that Nets pick, and still questions about what LeBron James is going to do. What are you hearing?
Well, those questions about LeBron James's future and the relationship between James and ownership, owner Dan Gilbert, it is limiting what the Cavs are willing to do. They're not going to mortgage their future for a player they don't know whether he wants to stay or not. And by mortgaging their future, that's that Brooklyn Nets pick that they have from the Kyrie Irving trade that has the most value on the trade market. Cleveland is willing to trade their own first-round pick in 2018. That would be a pick probably in the mid-20s, and package that with one or two of their players. But there is not right now a blockbuster deal on their board in Cleveland that's going to transform this organization. They're looking really at more deals around the edges. They're not completely out of it on DeAndre Jordan, but so far the Clippers and Cleveland haven't really found a pathway to a deal for what's essentially the best available player on the market, the Clippers center.
And if that even does happen, is he the difference maker when there seems to be so many deeper problems within this team? We shall see. But you mentioned DJ. What's the latest on DeAndre?
The market's been limited for the Clippers, and they have not found the kind of package that would make them willing to do a deal. They can get a first-round pick for DeAndre Jordan. What they don't want to do is take back contracts that go out in the long term and impact their salary cap, like Tristan Thompson in Cleveland. They don't want his money going out just to get Cleveland's pick. Right now, there's as good of a chance, maybe even better, I'm told, that they would just keep DeAndre Jordan. They'd prefer to just let him expire off their cap this summer, or try to negotiate maybe a team-friendly contract extension, which is unlikely, than to take back, again, a lot of money going forward for a draft pick that doesn't move the needle for them.
What's your
gut? He could stay.
What's your gut with DJ?
There's as good of a chance right now that he stays there and they don't find a deal.
I can't wait till Thursday. Keep your cell phone charged. Adrian Wojnarowski with the very latest. Thank you, sir. Randy, over to you.
All right, Sage, it's not DeAndre Jordan, but it is Tyreke Evans, and it could have an impact. Our front office insider, Tom Penn, with us. The Celtics are interested in Tyreke Evans from the Grizzlies. It's one thing to be interested. It's another thing entirely to be able to pull it off. How could this deal come together?
Easy for the Celtics because they have so many great assets. Take a look at how this one breaks down with both teams over the salary cap, Randy. See how their payrolls are north of 100. Either of them are in the tax. And you come down, the Grizzlies' terrible season, really struggling, may as well try to turn an asset like Evans into something. Look at that. He only makes $3.3 million, and he's on the last year of his deal, right?
Yeah, that jumped off the screen to me.
Different thing over here. This is a thing of beauty. 3 stacked players, their best players at big numbers, and then the meat of their roster here is all young players who really know what they're doing. And then look below the line. Below these players, all these draft picks Danny Ainge still has. So what you would see is Evans for a draft pick. Now, I'll pick the Celtics pick this year, and if you try it, it won't work because the Celtics are over the cap. They need to give something up. But they have another asset. They have below here an exception, and they can take this exception. It's a disabled player exception, and they could put Evans into this exception. Now you see how this deal works. They're able to take Evans' money into the disabled player exception for Hayward. When Hayward was hurt, they can now replace Hayward with Evans a little bit later. They pick up a first-round pick over in Memphis. The big debate is going to be around which of these picks they should get, because the Grizzlies may want to say, give me my draft pick back. We don't want your pick, Celtics. It's not good enough. We'd prefer the Memphis pick that we already gave you. We want that one back. That's same deal. It works. That's where this negotiation might take place.
The $8.4 million in the exception, is that everything? Is all of that going to Memphis or only the 3.3?
3.3 creates a new exception for Memphis.
Okay.
The other $5 million of that goes to Monroe, Greg Monroe, to pay him as a free agent. So look at that. Look at Danny Ainge doing his magic.
Look at all the money coming together. Tom Penn.